Hello. Yeah, guys, but I will go with the clear skies or a few clouds because it's no fun flying the Alps without seeing anything. Hello and welcome to the Sunday FunDay on the 15th of January in 2023. Today we are flying Bolzano to Oberpfaffenhofen in Germany, and this is quite a nice trip through the Alps. We will pass Innsbruck on our way, and as always we get ready and prepared for the flight, and I'll get back to you and get the guys with the communications in. So I'm prepared for the flight. So let's get guys to the communication.
Speaks great English, but he can't type. Oh look, there is a chat coming across. I don't like where it comes across. It'll be okay. What's that about? What's your old Gadas Das or old Gadas
It's finished, but leave me alone.
Oh, I get it. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I was struggling. How do you pronounce that?
In Finnish,
Really? Awesome.
yeah,
And that
it's
means...
about, can I have 2 bananas, please?
All right, and a couple of potatoes to spend with them. Okay. And I do see the VM on there. We've got a template for biddies that's active, voice changer, and you can pick from any of the presets in the voice mod and change my hoarse voice to something more to your liking. Oh, okay. So Monolito is Ted Stryker.
Brilliant name.
It is. One of the best I've seen. Maybe Fart Wrangler is my favorite.
Yeah, Fart Wrangler is pretty good.
Yeah, but the most important question, are we ready to go?
I don't know. I haven't heard the call out, and I saw Cece on the runway, on the tarmac earlier. I don't know if he's still there. I got so many tags and blending together, it's impossible for me to see. Roby, welcome into the Ice Bucket. Good to see you with us. Welcome in, Akela.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Thanks for sharing your screen, Busted Caps. That's always a plus in the Discord. Anybody flying with us? Can you tell us who you are in the flight, Busted Caps? Okay, well, let's see. Oh, I was in that. I wasn't over here.
Anybody know how to start the Twin Otter?
Okay, let's subscribe with a tier 1 subscription. Appreciate that. Thank you much.
Control E, Chris.
If
We
it
got
were me,
two
I'd have
front-
to hire someone.
I need a staff, really, don't I?
A rod and a staff.
Yes, there you go. There you go. I like that. Good answer. Welcome in, Dryson. Hello. Good afternoon. Big shout out for Dryson, if you would please. He was streaming earlier. We're checking him out. Hope you're having a good day. He may still be streaming for all I can tell. Let's see. No, he rated out. That's right. Forgot. A big shout out for Dryson. Big supporter of the stream. Appreciate Dryson. Everybody should go follow Dryson if you're not. You haven't lived yet. He's got a great stream. He's a streamer.
What you're doing with your life.
That's right. Haven't lived yet. Good afternoon, Richard. Appreciate you too.
You're not logging off, are you? I just got home.
No, we're just getting started.
Okay.
You need time to spawn in?
Oh, no, go ahead. I'll catch up. I got an arsenal of weapons. You know, planes. I mean, get in the air.
Right on.
Oh, weapons.
No, I just got bought some groceries. Yeah, you go in to buy a $10 thing of sausage patties, and you end up walking out with $99 or $66 worth of other foods.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like a typical grocery store.
You go in for a bottle of wine and you find, you gotta have cheese, you gotta have fondue. Whatever. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
my
all about
overlay crest,
impulse control,
I
and
fix
I
it
have none.
so you can see
Same
the
here.
numbers,
No,
right,
yeah.
and all the
I'm worse in electronics
reasonable
stores,
data.
though.
That's why I'm voting
Alrighty.
more.
Looks like Hall with Paul has come into the Twitch. Appreciate that. Overhead Ben, good afternoon. Hope you're going to fly with us today. Should be a good flight. We're going to fly out of Italy and up through Innsbruck. Check out some of the castles up through here. Without further ado, shoot, how many we got in Discord? Anybody pull a count? Anyway, good job. There's quite a few in here. For live comms, we do use High Performance Groups Discord. 20. Good
21.
job. Good job, guys. Thank you. Appreciate all that support, everybody. I hope y'all enjoy the flight. Bozeta?
We ready?
I think so. I don't know. I'm trying to get people in Discord or in Twitch to speak up if they need time to spawn in. It's like Roby Tactoni. Is he on? See, I can't see who's on the tarmac. Roby's in Twitch. Overhead Ben, that's Fearless Badger. He'll join us when he wants.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting as well because I have a new update on the helicopter.
Kayla, you made it in?
Model. So
Yes,
let's see how
Yes, and nobody in Discord needs a few more minutes. I'm here in the air. Good job, Roby. Good job. Good to see you with us, buddy. Who was that? CC, welcome into the ice bucket. Welcome back, buddy. Are you still on the tarmac? Feel free. Good afternoon. See you up in the air there too. This is kind of cool airport. I thought quite a bit of detail. I think it's a stock airport. I probably didn't look to see what add-ons I have. I hope everybody's got the Innsbruck modifications. That's a good airport. I didn't really put any of the add-on. You should always look for add-on airports in any of these. I don't always post them on the calendar. Used to go by whether or not they're compatible, but there's so many that say they're not and work perfectly fine. They just haven't had an issue, so they didn't update. Like sim.to. I downloaded. Anybody know about Flow? All you guys in here and this many people. I downloaded 2 scripts, 3 actually. One of them is a predict, which I don't know how to get the scripts running, and I haven't been able to. Yeah, I'm still stuttering bad. Man, freeze play.
Shall we move on out?
I'm ready. Rosetta. See Cirrus Pilot flying with us. Good to have him today. Big shout out for Hall with Paul. Paul's a flight simmer and truck simmer. He joined us, been joining us in the Monday runs we do in American Truck Sim. If anybody has any interest in that.
Did you say
Started
Paul
about-
showed up?
Yeah, he's out here.
Hey, our Scottish man is here. Yay!
Hello. May I
There
ask
he
you
is.
what server I have to connect to join the meeting?
What was that, Frankie?
On what server I have to connect to join the
Southeastern server.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't understand it, guys. Is it okay? My question is, Southeast Surger seems the majority of all streamers and pilots. You know, why did they even bother having a U.S. East West or Europe North South if everybody goes to?
Here's how the servers work. When they get overloaded, things start to break down. So the Southeast Asians are not, they're in bed. They're not using the server. So we basically all have approximately the same ping rate. So that brings us all into sync with one another, or a lot closer. It's also because they don't have any action. Nobody's using it in Asia, so the servers just run more smoothly.
You know why they're not using Asia? Because they don't give computers. Okay, little navmat. I'm bringing that up. You know, I need a cotton picket checklist just to, you know, just to get going this game anymore.
Oh, it's not. Control E is your friend.
Yeah, spawn in on the end of the runway. That usually works well. Nobody notices that way. Oh, so why am I not? So it's connected. Okay, there's Buster Cap at the end of the runway there. Good to see you flying with us. Appreciate you streaming Discord too. That's always a plus. Kayla's up in the air.
Does anybody else use little? Am I even on here?
Everybody uses little nav map.
Okay, now is it installed in the community folder or in the packages?
No.
No,
No?
you can
Stand-
install it wherever you want.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
standalone program. If you're going to have it show in the sim, you have to have Sim Connect, and it's pretty seamless. Get what is required. So are you still spawning in?
Yeah, I think I gotta get a few things updated here.
Okay. CC, how you looking, buddy? I don't know why little nav map's not coming up in my tablet.
Did you turn on the web server?
Yeah, it says it's connected.
Did you turn on the web server in the little nav map?
Yes, it says it is connected.
Ah, didn't hear that.
And I don't usually have any trouble with it. Maybe I'll need to restart little nav map. Try that. We are going to need about 11,000 feet at some point early on in the flight.
But where was Poseidon's shout out?
I haven't heard from Bozeda.
Let's go.
Yeah, man, run things.
Uyaka, go, go, go! Couldn't help that.
Arriba, arriba, andale, andale.
Arriba, arriba.
Oh my, with the stutters. Good grief. Who else we got? Goodness. Yeah, got a bunch of new names. Chris, you okay? Getting off?
Yeah, just trying to learn how to fly this thing.
What is the thing you're trying to fly today, Chris?
It's a Twin Otter. I've had it for a while. I've not actually flown it.
Oh, you're gonna love the Twin Otter once you get it all set, set up and everything.
Yeah, I'm getting some. Where are the booster pumps on it? Has it got fuel pumps? Well, obviously it will have fuel pumps, but
23 in Discord. Welcome in, Dutch Prop. Good afternoon, good day to you.
Chris, look at your center instrument panel near the bottom of the panel.
Oh, the collective.
Brilliant, thank you.
is
Shamrock,
much
good to see you in the
more
Ice Bucket with us today.
respondable. No, how you call it? Sensitive. Much more sensitive than it was before.
Yeah, a lot of bad stutters here, man. 25 and it drops down to 4. 26. Boom. Boom. 13. I don't know why it does it. I updated the NVIDIA drivers and Xbox app not working right. Already been on the phone with Microsoft today. Going the wrong way, Ice. Can't even get the flight plan from here. Look at all those beautiful red tags. I see Mr. Black welcome into the Ice Bucket. All these new flyers, that's cool. Yeah, terrible, terrible gutters. So you got to look for them now. Towards waypoint 1 and 2, we've got 2 castles up here. What haven't I got that? Who just came in? Major lag. Welcome in the ice bucket. Yeah, I got major lag. I have major lag for sure. I'm getting kind of wild in this. Them frames really have a hard time on me.
Is that the 145 or 135 you're in?
145.
We're enjoying that DA62, Richard.
Yeah, I like it quite a bit.
It's pretty good, isn't it? I'm quite impressed with it.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned the the upgrade for it, because I haven't flown it for a long time, and I got back into it and I realized I really like it.
Yeah, the only thing I noticed over the last couple of World Tour days, though, was, the anti-icing, the fluid does actually run out. So you've got to use it quite sparingly.
Oh, that's good to know. Thanks. How's the Twin Otter?
In real life, you have to be sparing too, because it's like $10 or $12 a gallon.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking it so far. I'm liking it. I just wish there was a GTN 750 integration into it, but apart from that.
Does it remind you of the Kodiak?
It does a bit, actually. Yeah, it does.
Unbelievable. Gonna try another. Oh, what did I do? Looked at chat and went nuts. Oops.
Grantler, where are you? Helicopter parts.
Helicopter parts for sale.
Oh man, come on, really? Seriously. Recovery is not working. No frames. I mean, it's near unflyable.
I see a bridge.
Yeah, I saw a couple of bridges.
So is everybody lining up on Boseda?
It's certainly not me.
That bridge almost crashed me.
Uh-oh.
finally, I had to try like 4 different times to get little navmat update, the updated version installed.
Yeah, you just put it in a folder. I made a folder called Flight Sim Utilities, and I put all that stuff, standalones, as a transmitter, all kinds of stuff. I got little extras.
I'll do that later. I'm gonna have to get a upgrade to a new, larger hard drive soon because I'm filling this one up really quick. I gotta quit buying stuff.
It's not an SSD, I hope.
Welcome to the club.
It is.
Yeah, you do not want to fill an SSD up. It will ruin your shelf life. It
And
backs
wallet.
up and crashes.
And your wallet, yeah.
And wallet, because you'll have to buy another one. If you fill those SSDs up, a lot of people don't realize it, but you do have to watch if there's a buffer at the end of the drive so you don't ever fill it up. About 80-90% top, depending on the size of it.
Paul, I know you said you'd catch us up, mate, but you've just gone past me at 350 knots.
Well, there you go. There's Beseda as well. I thought, if I'm coming to Switzerland, mate, I'm going to have some fun in my PC-21. I mean, Swiss built and all.
Why not, eh?
Exactly. This is like their little playground, just like the Mach Loop is for our boys in the Tornado, Typhoons, and, and all that, mate. So,
Talking of the Tornado, I think that's been released soon. Don't know how
Another
good it'll
DC
be.
one.
Typhoon project.
Have you tried the Mach Loop on the sim? I don't know. Is it any good?
Yes.
Or is that what the
It is
animation
good.
like?
It is good. Actually, Microsoft and Sobo had a flight there, one of their Friday evenings.
All right, okay. Give it a try. In a Cessna.
I don't know if Cessna's gonna be the proper airplane.
Not that. Go to the other extreme. Use a Concorde.
I've seen somebody do that.
Why?
I've seen someone do that
Somebody
on a
has.
YouTube video, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably that Swiss 001 or someone who's always trying to land A380s at Lucla, innit, and whatnot.
It sounds like him.
Courchevel.
Yeah, or Courchevel.
Good afternoon, BSD Reed. Good day to you. Welcome in the Ice Bucket.
What's up, man?
You, buddy, you.
Man, I'm just chilling at work, waiting on a call.
Well, good. Welcome into the Ice Bucket. Have you been in here before with us?
Nope. I just joined the Discord yesterday and bought the H145 a couple of days ago.
Awesome. Well, we do these world tour flights on Wednesday and Thursday at 1 o'clock. And you're welcome to join us anytime. I usually have quite a few less than this in those flights, but SunDay FunDay, we go back and we see places that are very interesting and good flight, for helicopters and fixed wings. The turnout's a little bit better. Man, there's a lot of people in here today.
It looks awesome so far. I'm just getting into Microsoft Flight Simulator. I usually fly DCS, and it's pretty amazing.
Roger.
I got a question for H145 pilots. Anybody flying the new build 368 this morning?
There is pilot.
Are you finding that you need a significant amount of right pedal just in cruise flight?
you need more right pedal than you used to. I think there was a mistake in how the pedals were set up on the when it comes up. I think Dave will be fixing it.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get all the way through the discussion list, but yeah, I'm noticing this morning just got to hold constant right pedal, otherwise it's clear over the ball is, as it were, is clear over to the right hard.
I'm not finding it that hard, but it is. There's definitely more left pedal in the.
Yeah, I've had to do no left pedal, even on liftoff. Normally, where you need left pedal to counteract torque, I'm on the right pedal this whole flight.
You actually now need a little right pedal to take off.
Yeah, that's inaccurate. So hopefully Dave will jump on that.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
Yeah, they will.
Aside from the extra left pressure, it is superb flight model. It is really the best I've had ever.
Yeah, still a little hiccup from with the new follow-up trim. I'm glad that's back, but going from trim, when you move the controls or when you click a trim off, there's still a discontinuity between what the system is doing behind the scenes and what a trim is holding. And so sometimes when you're making those corrections or making those adjustments, it's like it clicks off and it wants to go do something and you have to counteract it and then set it back. So there's just still some of that going on. But yeah, this is a smooth flyer today. I'm liking it.
Yeah, I noticed that too. The erratic behavior using the release trim button.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, the analogy might be like, the trim, when you're flying in trim, is holding it at, level, say nose level. But behind the scenes, it really wants to be a little bit left and a little bit low. And so as soon as you, even just with follow-on trim, if you make a little bit of an adjustment and wait for the follow-on trim to come along, it's basically disconnecting the trim for a minute while the servos are catching up. So it goes into that behind the scenes setting. And then when you let go, it all pops back to what you say, and then it bounces around and wiggles around and finally gets sorted again.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm experiencing too.
Okay.
Our current aircraft uses the 530s, and so this 750's got me all jacked up. I have no clue what to do. Learning that's been an interesting 2 days.
You have an iPad. Do you have an iPad?
Yeah, I do.
You can download a free GTN 750 trainer directly from Garmin.
Oh, really?
And it's free. You can get one for the 750 and for the 750 XI.
Yeah, and I think you'll come up pretty quick if you're used to using the 530. The kind of the logic behind it's all the same. It's just a lot less rotary and a lot more just push button direct. But the general philosophy is kind of the same.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was figuring out. I mean,
Welcome
I like
in.
it.
Welcome back in the Ice Bucket, Bossman Gaming. Big shout out for him. Appreciate that. Good day to you. Don't stab my rubber fish in the Ice Bucket. Good afternoon, Nickel 66. Hello. We're still a stutter fest, obviously. And I just don't understand it because the frames are good.
You'll know you've got the 750 down when you get to the moment that you say to yourself, boy, I really don't like twisting knobs.
That's pretty funny.
It becomes so intuitive after a while that it's really a joy to fly with.
Yeah, I did a approach into our skyport in the sim that we normally do, and it worked really well. I see on the screen that the iPad's got what looks like autopilot on. I haven't found that feature yet.
I'll tell you, the one I struggle with is that Collins ProLine flight management system that's on like the Cessna CJ4 and the 747 and aircraft like that.
You're not alone.
I've I've watched so many YouTube videos on trying to figure out, like just little stuff like, oh, you want to make a change to a waypoint, or you're going to change destinations, and so how do you make those changes, because you can't get rid of some of the stuff. And, oh my gosh.
I think it's one of the biggest reasons why the Garmin 5000 and 3000 are taking over the entire corporate jet market.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Yeah.
Oh, man. Killing my flight. Absolutely. I wish somebody else was having the same problem so we could figure it out together. That's unreal.
What's at the first airport, Iceman? The first waypoint, sorry.
There's 2 castles right there in that immediate area. The first and second waypoint should show castles. I have Lord, come on now.
I'll be back in a moment.
Did you see one, Aquila?
Yeah, I saw them both.
Are they all well modeled?
Second one's beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Good. Unflyable machine. It's killing me.
Must be missing some scenery because I'm over the waypoint and I don't see a castle.
Yeah, I don't see
The
a castle
waypoint
as
may
well.
be very close and not quite perfect, but I zoomed in far enough that it should be pretty close.
They're right on top.
Are they? Cool. I tried hard, guys, and this is ridiculous. This makes me so mad. Can't fly it. Just yay. Just unbelievable. 30 frames dies. I'll tell you what, I will call Xbox as soon as I get home from work.
Is it just when you're streaming, or is it
no,
all the time?
It's all the time. It's other aircraft. It's the sim itself, and something is wrong in it. I basically had this problem ever since October. When it stutters, you can't make anything operate. I mean, you click buttons all day long. If it's stuttering, it don't take the command.
Yep.
So, you know, you click a dozen times trying to get one thing to happen, and you then never know how it, if it has ever happened. Ike 1661 has started his sim. Alpha What Now has joined us. Shamrock, I see you. Good to have all y'all with us today. Who we got there in the PC6 Tango? Hailed Mammal, hello. I don't know if it's flying with us or not. New name. You don't want anybody to fly with me. This is terrible. I cannot. 30 frames and it loses its mind.
Well, I found the castle once I turned the snow off.
Yeah.
Something about it all looks the same.
I can't find anything. I'm so far off the flight path. It is funny. Just kind of following names. I think I see something that looks like a castle. See if I'm anywhere close. Oh no, I'm so far off base. I missed the first one. Headed straight for the second one though. Something back, I can't read the name of it. Brunbeck Castle. See if I got anything on Wikipedia about it. That's interesting. Well, oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. We may never see a castle. Thank you for the chicken dance. I guess nobody's interested in figuring out what Brunbeck Castle is. I can't find it in. Huh? I didn't see who it was. I got no results on Wikipedia for Brunbeck Castle. I'll move on because I don't want another chicken dance while I'm trying to find it. And just keep going. Yay. Let's see, Alpen Heliport is the next. Let's see if Bozetta can land on the heliport.
Whoa. The new trimming behavior is really weird, and the autopilot is much too rude, I would say. But as I know High Performance Group, they will figure it out.
Unbelievable. Absolutely. I wish I had $1 for every time I've said that in the last month.
Was it after the update, or was it after something?
No, it's been happening since October, since I came back from Florida, and it's only gotten worse and worse, it seems.
What changed when you got back from Florida?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. I closed down before I left. I was gone for 12 days. We had an update while I was gone. Took it seamlessly, no problem. I reinstalled, I know since then, 15 times, 20 times since October. I've had Microsoft on the horn enough that they've decided they can't help me and I should go to a Sobo or the community even. They've even gone so far as to say I should contact you guys.
So, but Ice, that was kind of a critical point is, did it work well after you got back and did the update?
No, pretty well since I got back. I've had a stutter issue, but
Okay.
it has gotten worse.
So the change then is you got back and you installed an update, and then from that point on, it's been stuttering.
Sim update 11 came out then, or 10, I forget
In
which.
October, it would have been 10.
Yeah. And while I was gone, it came out, so yeah.
So what's probably happened is that when you put in that update, some add-on that you had that used to work fine is now conflicting with it because of a change that they made at Asobo.
And I have tried taking everything but the helicopter and the GTN 750 out, including my aircraft scenery and scenery enhancements.
Have you tried taking the helicopter and the 750 out then? Just running it as a pure bare sim with a stock aircraft?
No, I haven't. But that would be a good thing to find out, that I could never fly my helicopter again.
No, what you'll find out is what is getting in the way.
Well,
Because
I've
the rest
had
of us
I've had
don't-
everything but the helicopter out.
You can't. It's a question of either a hardware problem with your hardware, which none of us can fix if there's something wrong with your hardware.
Right.
If
Right.
it's software, then it's always going to do the same thing all the time, every time, without fail. So
Right.
if you can't get the frame rate working and it's not a hardware problem, there is a conflict. You just haven't found it yet.
Obviously.
Also, I don't know whether it makes much difference or not, but I've noticed since the Thursday flight that you were always on the world map where we finished. Would it, I don't know a lot about it, but would it be helpful if you switched it off after you finished the flights, the PC? I don't know whether that has any sort of negative consequences on, stress on hardware unnecessarily.
Absolutely. We talked about this the other day. Now, I run afterburner, so my fan kicks in when it gets kind of warm, but there has been a few times recently that I've come home from work and because I've run out so quickly that I did not apparently get it shut down. I freaked out and looked at it. The temperatures aren't up because Afterburner handles that pretty well, but and the sim hadn't crashed and the computer hadn't burned up. So, you know, with the temperatures reading in tolerable range, I don't see that's had any bearing on it. And it didn't happen the first week that I got back from Florida. So I don't think so, but I don't know. We've tried about everything. And it could be anything. I've tried, you know, putting it on an SSD, taking off the spinning top and putting on an SSD. Nothing changes. Frame rates are just like they always are. Got good frame rates, it just stutters. It stops. I mean, 25, 30 frames, boom, 0. 23, 27, 28, 27, boom, another stutter. 17.
And does that happen if you're just sitting on the ground, not moving? Just say
Sure.
an idle.
Sure, watching the rotors. Yep.
That's different than what I got, because my stutters are, you know, we talked about last week, you know, when you get within about 2.5 miles of an airport, depending how busy it is. I discovered this week that the stutters were caused by the amount of like ground traffic and people and all that are on the airport.
We turned all that down, yep.
Yeah. So if you're just sitting on the ground and not moving, it's not necessarily a scenery loading issue either. So.
Nope.
Oh.
Have you tried returning your system to what Microsoft calls a vanilla state? Iceman?
The flight simulator?
Yes, have you followed or tried the Microsoft recommendations for returning Flight Simulator to its vanilla state?
No, didn't know there was such a...
It's, if you go to, I'll try to find the direct link for you, but on the Microsoft Answers website, there's a whole section on returning it to a vanilla state, and it takes a lot of work to get back to the vanilla state, and then you add stuff back in from there. It's the only way you're going to find out what's going on here.
By vanilla state, you mean what?
To summarize, their instructions are you return your computer to the state it was in before you ever installed anything in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and go back to installing it from scratch in a vanilla, literally that the only thing on your computer is what Microsoft sold you when you bought it. Stock airplanes, stock scenery, stock everything, no add-ons.
But if I take everything out of add-ons, or through add-ons linker, and I shut everything down except for the helicopter, it still happens.
That's because some add-on in your system has modified something other than what's in your add-on folder.
So
the idea is that you wipe the slate clean and you start from scratch. It's very time-consuming, it's a pain, but it's apparently the only thing that's going to solve what's going on with you.
But another clue is that I'm hearing now that you're running add-on linker.
Well, yes.
Yeah, so much.
Yeah, well, so are a lot of people, but I mean, there's another layer, you know, that's involved, and I know Dave has talked about a lot of times to do this stuff is that when you empty your community folder, you also get rid of all the other layers between you and the sim. So, you know, try if you can start out, you know, make a new community folder, just rename your community folder something else so you don't have to move stuff. Create a new community folder and put just the helicopter or an airplane, doesn't matter. Leave it empty and just start the sim and try an airplane. But also shut down add-on linker and just go completely native. Because I've heard this so many times, you know, when we're talking about this, it's like, oh yeah, I've got nothing running, and then as people talk, well,
no, you're
got,
right. Yeah, you're right.
Finder, and I've got Powerline Runner, and you know, so it's like, no. When we talk about going back native, we're talking bare bones everything.
That's absolutely right. That's what the vanilla state is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not tried that.
And then another thing that, you know, that Dave has talked about quite often when we're talking about community folder stuff, and especially like you, I know you have a ton of stuff, a ton of add-ons. But again, rather than doing it one by one, he does the half package method. So let's say you have 100 add-ons. You start out with an empty community folder. You make a note of and you move or add half of those add-ons in at one time. So 50. And then you run it. And if everything looks good, then you add half again. So another 25. And then you run that again. If at that point you have problems, then you're down to just those 25 that you take back out again. And then you can deal with that group without dealing with the hundreds or thousands that you have, all at once.
Yeah, he's basically applying a binary search algorithm.
Yeah, exactly. And I always liken it to like working on my old car. You go through, you change the points, the plugs, the condenser, the distributor cap. You do a complete tune-up, and then everything's running better. And it's like, well, what was the problem?
Yeah, you've done too many things all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the first question what everybody asks is, what have you done? Has anything changed? Well, I've been trying to conquer this problem for months. Something changes every day.
The thing that's causing you a problem isn't changing. It's been there since October.
Yes.
And unfortunately, some of the changes that are being made to the system, you're not intentionally making them. They're being done by code written by developers. You have no idea what they've done. So when I went from update 10 to update 11, for one reason or another, my logbook doesn't work anymore.
I've heard that problem several times.
Yes.
Right,
and
Chris?
it isn't important enough for me to go through to find out why it's not working, because I use flight software on my iPad that I use in real life. But there's no explanation for it. I've done everything that you can think of, and something has changed the actual Microsoft code on the logbook, and it's a side effect that you wouldn't normally see or understand where it came from.
Hey, Skyline, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
You sound like you're a programmer or know a lot about systems.
Well, the truth is, years ago, I took a degree from a university in Canada with with a minor in computer science. And I've been working with microcomputers as a hobby for 50 years. So it's all stuff that I picked up by hard knocks.
Oh, praise God, I got you here. Okay, here's the question. I've got 4 monitors. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I set up monitor 2 as my primary. Monitor 4, I run the sim on. Now, when I start up my computer each morning, sometimes the primary screen will be assigned to monitor 2 where I put it. Some days I turn on the PC, monitor 4 is my primary. What causes that to jump around?
It's a setting, it's a configuration setting. So it would be, the first thing is you'd have to look at, I would have to know what graphics cards you're using, what monitors you're using, which operating system you're using, whether it's been, I assume you're in Windows 10 or 11?
Windows 10, it's a 3080 Ti, and the monitors are Acer, MSI, Samsung.
And you haven't moved any of the plugs around on the graphics card?
Nope. It's like the computer, either I'm waking up at a different dimension and, system to set up in that dimension, or the computer's got a mind of its own of where it wants to put the primary.
It's a software question, and I don't have the answer off the top of my head. I'd have to know more about the sequence of events that leads to it. Normally, if you go into the settings display menu, you can organize which monitors are in use, and you can declare which one is your primary and decide whether you're going to extend to the other monitors or duplicate. But I've never managed 4 monitors, so you may have something I've never experienced.
I still say it's an AGI. That artificial intelligence is screwing with me every morning.
It may be.
Yeah, boss man, Go ahead.
I was going to say that maybe you need to talk to a higher power than me. But I've actually never managed 4 monitors at the same time.
Yes, yes, Richard, I have tried that. Boss man, yeah, I've taken all the liveries out except for mine, and like I said, it's been updated, so I know it's good. Airports and aircraft I've taken out as well and tried it, and I'm going to try this clean vanilla whatever install.
You run 1 or 2 monitors there, Iceman?
Well, I run 2 monitors. I've got a 53-inch television 4K that I fly on. But this has been happening before I bought that.
Well, I imagine it's like your PC is like mine. It will have a mind of its own. Because one day, everything will be working perfect. You know, it's like, I'm not touching nothing. And then the next day, all you did is go to sleep. You know, you turn it off, go to sleep, get up, turn it on. And it's like, I'm going to mess with you today.
Well, that's kind of what happened in October. Is I left for 12 days and came back, and I had nothing but problems ever since. Anton has started the sim.
Well, here it is. Your computer is saying, "Don't you dare leave me for 12 days, or I'm going to punish you."
Yeah, yeah, that was in October, so I've been having troubles ever since.
Well, one of the things I learned too with between the PC and the flight sim is that when I boot up the PC, hands off, let it continue until the little glass is working before I start doing anything. And then same thing, booting up the flight sim, I have to boot it up and walk away, because if I start doing other stuff, occasionally it'll just miss one bit or one byte, and then I have to restart it. So it's very, very fragile that way.
Yep.
How much extra crap are y'all running in addition to the flight sim? Like when I fly DCS, I mean, I use OVGME and a few other things, but it sounds like there's a ton of other crap y'all are using within Microsoft Flight Sim. Again, I'm brand new to this, so I don't really know what I'm asking.
I'm running things inside and outside the sim, like quite a bit actually. Loads of tracking software.
If
Yeah,
if I ran everything, I'm running like 3,000 scenery add-ons and enhancements for the. I mean, I don't load all that ever.
Okay. No movement on the cyclic, but it seems to.
So I always kind of go with try to keep it as light as possible, but I find myself I'm running Air Manager with some depending on the aircraft, with panels on a couple of touch screens, little nav map, maybe Hype Operations Center, depending on if I'm running the helicopter or not. Maybe a calculator, and that's about it, really.
Well, you don't need the Hype Operations Center to fly the helicopter. I don't usually run it while I'm flying, but
I do if I want to run the radio in the helicopter, and
right.
And occasionally in the helicopter, I'll either through the Hype Operations Center or through the website that Dave has posted to go live, so we can track other helicopters and all that. But yeah, you're right. It's not mandatory to run, but as far as the community folder, I'm keeping all my sceneries and stuff down. But it's starting to get a little crowded. But it's I maybe have a couple of dozen add-ons. For example, Chris, he turned me on to the improvement pack for the Bonanza. There's an improvement pack for the CJ. I think there's an improvement pack for the Beaver. Things like that. So, but yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, I'll probably just fly the H145 in Microsoft Simulator, maybe the H135, unless they come out with a really good Black Hawk model. And so, like, I need to figure out what I need to do, what add-ons I need, so that I can come and fly with people on a server and have the traditional like flight experience.
So one of the things that I've done, rather than running an add-on linker and adding another layer in there, especially when we started with the new beta computational fluid dynamics build on the helicopter, is I run a couple of different community folders, and I can just change the name of them before I start the sim up. So I have one that was just for the experimental helicopter. So basically it had the helicopter, the action pack, the GTN 750, and then some supporting stuff to run Air Manager and run the panels. And then so I would change the name of that folder to community, and then fire up and run that. And then if I wanted to go fly something else, I would just change that to like Alpha Community, take the other one, change it to Community, and then that would bring up everything. So I was basically doing add-on linker, but doing it manually for the.
But there's really no point in going through all that effort, because all add-ons linker does is create a folder structure for you and a symlink. And all you do is turn the symlinks on and off as you need them.
No, I understand. I know how add-on linker works, but.
So it doesn't actually add a layer unless you think the symlink is an additional layer.
It's something, yeah, it's something that the CPU has to go through and manage and do all that. And I don't think it really adds a lot. But when you're especially when you're trying to troubleshoot, differential diagnosis says, let's figure out what it isn't. And,
okay, I have a question, Firehawk. You said you rename and have several different community folders. Do you keep them in the packages folder renamed?
Yes.
That's not going to conflict, right?
So yes.
So if I put a copy of the H145 in one of those profiles and load it, and it's the only thing that I run.
Lordy, that's a bumpy transition out of the autopilot.
Vanilla wipe. I can leave those in and just use those, or drop a scenery in there if I'm flying a special scenery that day. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. In fact, before you do the vanilla, because this is actually quite a bit an easier thing, is go into your community folder that's got all that stuff in it, and just rename it. Rename the folder like main community. Okay, and so Microsoft Flight Simulator won't recognize it. So even if you do nothing else and don't have a folder called community, as far as I know, even in SU11, when you start Microsoft Flight Simulator,
it will rebuild. Yeah, it will rebuild an empty
folder. Yes.
Yep.
So that way you can load in and just try a Cessna 172 or something very vanilla, with it absolutely empty and not loading up all that other stuff. So if it works there, you've just isolated, 90% of your workload to something in the community folder.
Right. I got a couple of things I got to jump in here. Infidel Fireman, hello and welcome back. Got something else I was looking at. Bozette has requested a quote. Number 35. The mind aware of itself as a pilot, vastly freer than a passenger mind. Marilyn Ferguson said that.
Thank you.
So I'm once again off course and out of the way and no idea where I'm supposed to be now that we've had. Oh yes, Monolito, yes, the chicken dance, channel favorite.
Greetings, friends.
Greetings, Cece.
Hello, Cece.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Doing good.
Fine. You?
I'm a little bit high, I think.
Okay.
Cool.
No. Altitude-wise.
That's
I
what
was
we
going to
thought.
ask what you were smoking.
Hi Richard, how are you? Hey Richard, did you have your chopper out last night?
$25 in Discord. Big day. Appreciate everybody. Yeah. We've had, I think, 32 or 36 in here before. What was that count, Chris? That record count. I think one Sunday Funday we had like 32 or 34 or something like that. Might have been 36. But 25 is a big day, guys. I have no clue where I'm flying. I'm just kind of flying so far off the flight plan. Just trying to find familiar names. Where'd everybody?
Follow the snap of our rotors.
Well, but Bozade is over there, Grantler's over there. Everybody else is probably on the southern mountains I can't see.
Yeah, and there's the Europe bridge over here. Great to fly through, even with bigger aircrafts.
Ooh, we love bridges.
Gabby's joined the flight in the Hercules. Alpha Whiskey, welcome back. Well, that's not what I meant to do.
So right now, are you flying the default scenery, or is this all like upgraded mod packs and stuff?
No, it should be all default scenery. I haven't loaded anything extra. I didn't even load in Innsbruck, which is a great package available on flightsim.to. Yes, I know maximum speed, okay? It's not moving. Yeah, big stutters. And we'll probably come crashing to the ground.
Helicopter parts for sale.
Not yet. Unbelievable.
That DA-62 really does look pretty from the outside.
It's like somebody's dumped their glider at the end of the runway. Left it.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unflyable. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
You know, I used to fly to 145, and then after the last couple upgrades, you know, I've had to go back to the 135 because the 145 for me is really unstable.
Try build 368, which is the latest one. And always remember to fly with the trim release.
Yeah, always.
And it's as smooth as butter.
But even the 1.5, if you drop back to version 344, also still really smooth.
Sure, but you're not using any of the higher level dynamics that are built into a Sobo.
Well, but those higher level dynamics are kind of useless if it's uncontrollable, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I agree that would be true, but Dave's done a tremendous job of restoring things. In 368, it flies much like 344, but it's using the Asobo flight dynamics are actually better. Dave has said so than what he was able to write as a sole programmer.
Sure, I agree. But 344 is an option if you want to stay in 145 and you're having problems. Be because of the controllers you're using or what have you. 344 is still an option that's available, and that's a good solid flyer.
Agreed.
One of the issues I'm having with the new builds is that I can't get the mission editor. I can't get any of the missions to run now. I tried building ones and all that, and it's like something happened between, at least on my rig, between the new build and the mission editor. And so my next thing is I'm just going to have to dump the whole mission hype center and reload all that into the new community folder and start all over again.
I don't do any missions, so I have no knowledge about that whatsoever.
Yeah.
Stupid. Absolutely does not work.
So I agree with you that if you're having trouble with any of the later builds, 344 is a great choice. But if you can get the later builds to work,
well, it's like we've talked about on the discussion. You know, if you want to just go out and fly the helicopter, 340 or 344 is a good choice. But if you want to put on your flight test leather jacket and your big dial watch and go out to Edwards and be a test pilot, it's a lot of fun. And I appreciate the fact through High Performance Group that we get a chance to direct how this thing's growing.
Agreed.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Their customer interaction is impeccable.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, we saw this just yesterday, and this whole discussion about the follow-on trim. And by the end of the day, Dave's going, "Well, I guess the votes are in. I'm going to put it back in." And this morning, I woke up and there it is.
Yep. And I'll bet you by tomorrow morning the pedal issue will be solved.
Probably, yeah.
Dude, it really is amazing. I fly full time in real life in a EC-145, and this thing it's not an H model, but I mean they're similar, and it's phenomenal. I didn't know this existed. You know, I'm brand new, and it's blown my mind. I'm used to flying the Huey and the HIP and the Black Hawk and DCS.
Well, you're gonna love it.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. Have you got the action pack yet?
Yeah, I bought the aircraft, the action pack, the 750, or I guess the PMS or PMG 750. Now I'm trying to figure out like Navigraph and a few other things that's recommended to buy or download.
Yeah, if you got a premium version of the 750, you'll be able to get Navigraph right on your tablet. I mean, right on the GTN 750.
Perfect. Yeah, I've got. I had our pilots give me the approach into Vanderbilt, which was where I fly. So
cool.
I need to program the approach in and just fly it and see what it looks like, see if it's similar to real life.
Yeah, this guy's a real road ahead. He goes all in.
You're so overmodulated, you can't be understood.
Oh, excuse me.
What'd you say?
I said this guy's a real road ahead. He goes all in.
That's cool too. They made some good upgrades to the balloon as well. If you're interested in real slow flight, it's capable of flying a flight plan. And the radios have been fixed, so they work now. Anthony Roberts joined the flight. Good to see him out there with us. I don't see him in the Discord. Hello and welcome in, Bergen.
Got a Hercules coming in, Spruce Goose coming in for a landing.
And that makes 26 in Discord. Big day, big day. So we should be coming up on
yeah,
Innsbruck here real soon, shouldn't we?
Oh my God, he's He is. Is he going to land there?
I already went past Innsbruck.
Oh, I'm
No,
not
I don't
looking
think so. A lot of guys are down here.
At Innsbruck?
I thought that's where we were.
Yeah, at Innsbruck.
I left. I thought everybody moved on.
Well, if I get to Innsbruck sometime today, I'll go ahead and take 5 down there. It looks like I see everybody. I think this is the valley. I can get there without 1,000 more stutters. Maybe. Might take the rest of the day to do. Yes, I know.
Well, that'll teach me for moving on.
Yep.
So if anybody is in Twitch land that wants to join, hasn't made it in, welcome in Pilot Astronomy as well. We will be landing at Innsbruck, Lima Oscar, Whiskey Iceman, Innsbruck. And we'll take 5 here, let everybody get spawned in if you want to. Floggy Dog Man, Gabby, I've seen him before already. I see Wonder Power Anton has joined in the Twitch as well. You gonna fly with us today, Anton? Okay, Roby, sorry. Yeah, I missed that entirely. Trying to keep up with chicken dances and stuff, I guess. If you haven't left yet, appreciate you stopping in. Anybody see Anton at Innsbruck, maybe? I see Boss Man Gaming in. Oh, come on, man. Ridiculous. 30 frames.
There are a lot of guys over here in LOWI, but all the name tags are stacked, so I can't really read them.
I can't read them. I can't read them.
All I see is just a red splash of called names, but no way of telling who's there.
Warm of
Well,
locust.
yeah, right. One more bridge I'm going to try to get. I got that last one. With the stutter, it makes it real hard. I may not be able to get it. Oh, man. Yeah. It just doesn't work like that.
Helicopter parts for sale.
Can't help it. Look at this stutter, man. I mean, how can you fly this, right? It's ridiculous. It's killing me, man. And when I do get close to the bridge, I can't. I'm so high, I'm not going to get under it. There we go.
Friendly helicopter on the way!
Yes. Oh, man. Freeze right at the right moment. Jerk. Yes, I said that.
Now
Yeah,
is
I'm
the
not
height. Go ahead.
What's that?
Is the H145, is that just sold by the high performance group, or is there any other sources?
Nope. No other sources. No other legal sources. It does require a product key, and you'll have to contact High Performance Group at highperformancegroup.com and make that purchase.
See, I bought it because I keep getting these an update version of it. You know, keep coming to hit my email, but now they're saying I don't have an account with them. And in the past, I have had an account with them.
Get hold of Steve. He'll work it out with you. He's got records on all the emails, so, I'm sure you just give him your email address and he'll find it.
Okay.
The link in your email should work. It should not, expire or anything. It should work. It's just unflyable. Absolutely ridiculous. Come on, man. Day.
This ILS approach is kind of interesting. Comes in a funny angle.
Boss man doing his usual stunts.
But say that there are quite a few nice approaches at Innsbruck. I don't know the exact... Oh, I have to be quiet.
Sorry, mate.
Good job, Poseda.
Thank you.
And that called for a system pause. Thank you, Bozeta, probably, for the chicken dance. Channel favorite. Let's see, who can come out of that?
I am waiting for the squirrel dance.
The squirrel dance. I don't fly the squirrel.
Helicopter.
Well, I mean, I have the helicopter, the squirrel, but I don't generally fly it. Let's see, who was that? Watch that land. Bum, 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 bum. Man, that's a lot of text. I can't wait to get down and go into drone mode so I can see all the new names. Man, appreciate the turnout today, guys. That's fantastic.
Okay, another question for Skylane Marty. Is he still here?
Sure.
I am for the moment, yes.
Okay. Southeast server is a big server that runs a program, or is it like is where everybody connects to? No matter what size or what speed your computer is, the computer takes in information from everybody's computers, has to adjust everything and send it back out to those computers. Is there a delay on your speed that would affect everything?
In my experience, the biggest delay that you get going to the Southeast server is the ping time it takes for your system to find it. It's about 230 milliseconds. Once you've actually found it and you've connected, then the speed of transmission depends on what your local internet connectivity is most of the time.
Yeah.
I need to get out there and beat them squirrels in. They're not doing their job.
But sometimes, in fact, the servers at Microsoft are a bit touchy, and you'll occasionally get disconnect messages.
Oh, yeah. They love me on that.
And yes, I'm sure there's a delay time in terms of latency. That's why everybody uses the one server instead of all the others, because if people were on North Europe or East US and on the Southeast server, then people would be just jerking around all over the sky.
I have seen some streamers that'll use like the West US server, or the East European server or West European server, and it seems like it's pretty smooth. So I guess it's, I don't know.
Yeah, if everybody agrees ahead of time where they're going to start, then so if everybody agrees on the same server, that reduces the lag time between the aircraft in the multi-group.
So
but if you're using the Northeast server US during the middle of the day or evening US time,
Yeah, must be some kind of. Yeah, must be some kind of a business partner of you, Iceman. Is Bossman a business partner of you, Iceman? Yeah, he sells a lot of airplane parts as well. No, like now. Yeah, but if you want to have free light traffic, it's always better to use the fly-by-wire traffic injector. Yeah, the fourth one is traffic variety. that's how we translate power in German as well. Because use it like that. He is in power. Hat die Macht. Wunder.
Are we moving on, Iceman? Because I see you leaving.
Anytime y'all are ready. I'm trying to get ahead. I'm stuttering so bad I've got a slew to keep up.
I can actually see it because you keep resetting about half a mile back, going by me multiple times.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely unflyable.
So, Beseda, are you back?
I'm here.
Fighting it.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. Run things.
Cece? Go, go, go already.
Gone, gone, gone.
Giddy up, go, daddy. What do we got? 2, 4. I'm just such a stutter fest, I can't. Damn. Okay. Nickel 66. Grandler, can you read that?
He says, thank you for the gifted sub.
In response to Steve's gifted sub to Nickel 66.
Hallo, willkommen bei Iceman's Work. Ja, nein, Sunday FunDay heute.
Congratulations.
Oh, this trim
Unbelievable.
is really weird.
Who would have thunk it? Anton, are you flying a different? I mean, do you have my Iceman 333 livery? That may be why you're seeing me different. Well, I know you have the helicopter. Yeah, he's even flying the helicopter. I don't know.
I have your livery, and I'm seeing you as a Bonanza.
That's wild. Yeah, go figure, Sobo. That's all I can say. I was wondering if you tried. Yeah, I have. Yeah, there's a lot of third-party add-ons that are having trouble. So I emptied it, and I'm really not loading anything much. A couple of aircraft enhancements and the aircraft carriers packs. Yeah, something's got to give, though. This is craziness. Oh, man. Unbelievable. That is not what I asked you for. That was a good 10-second freeze there. That's so unbelievable.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
sir.
Yep.
Yeah, I switched back to the Pelican. My
Hello,
favorite.
Gabby.
Hello, because I cannot. I don't know how to fly a helicopter, so. Excuse me.
It takes.
You know what
You don't
It
really
takes-
want to anyway.
It takes a lot of practice.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
really want to anyway.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't have the patience to. I mean, I don't have the rudder pedals and everything set up. I just have a simple stick, and you know.
You need patience before you got kit, buddy.
You know, everybody can fly an airplane, but it needs a real pilot for an helicopter.
I don't think that's true.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not correct, Bo Sader. I don't remember that on the first day of training for the FWA anyway.
I don't
No,
know.
me
Is that a
neither.
quote?
I can't recall anyone saying flying an airplane's easy.
Was that a
Iceman.
quote?
We need this for a quote, by the way, Iceman.
Uh-huh.
We've already got something similar. I'll put it in the stream. Something similar.
Yeah, but it's all wrong. It's all wrong, see?
No, I think that statement holds 100%. It's 100% correct.
I'm a fixed wing pilot. I went to a rotorcraft school and I decided I was going to try and take lessons. And the guy said to me, it'll take about 40 to 60 hours. I said, really? I'm already a fixed wing pilot. He said, oh, 120 to 130.
Yeah, right?
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
He wasn't talking dollars. He was talking about it would take twice as long to teach me how to fly a helicopter.
Sure.
Yeah, but the flying hours are much more expensive in a helicopter than in a fixed wing.
Yeah, I had fixed wing flight training, and then I went and did some rotary wing, and I got yelled at by the instructor because I was using the anti-torque when I was turning. You don't do that, I guess, in a helicopter, so.
Depends on the speed.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, right. I was going too fast for it, though.
Yeah, in a hover, it's the only way you can turn is with the pedals. But if you're at cruise, you turn with the disc.
Right. Yeah, I learned that very well that day.
That's why helicopter pilots or instructors will tell you it isn't the time it takes to teach you how to fly the helicopter. It's the time it takes to teach you to unfly, to unlearn everything you learned in fixed wing.
That's exactly what the guy said to me. He used the word unlearn.
Unlearn, yeah.
Then he demonstrated an auto rotate from 3,000 feet, and that was the end of my rotorcraft training.
Oh, yay.
That sudden drop.
I left a trail of brown all the way to the ground.
The thing that got me was trying to hover in an R-22, and I'm all over the airport trying to keep it in a hover, and the instructor looks at me and he goes, "Hey, you want to see something that'll really piss you off?" And he touches the controls, and we go right into a stable hover.
And with his fingertips.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so how do you do that? And he goes, well, lots of hours of practice.
It happens to everybody.
But helicopters are fingertip control. It's not none of this throwing the joystick around. It is very fingertip.
Yep.
And it's true in the simulator too. Even if you turn off all the assists, you really do have to learn how to do it with just fingertips.
Yeah, I was flying the LOWI simulator in Munich because I was writing a report about it for a flight sim magazine. And the guy, first thing that he said to me, don't take the cyclic with your whole hand. Just use your thumb and your first two fingers.
Yeah, and rest your hand on your leg.
That last one is really important.
Because if you really use your complete hand, you will steer out of your arm. And if you just use your three fingers, you will steer out of your hand, and that's much more precise.
Yeah, I actually took out my main spring out of my Thrustmaster Warthog. So it's got very small springs now. None of that big heavy movement.
Awesome.
It worked really well.
I bet.
You talk about Warthog?
Yeah, I took the big spring that runs up the middle, and swapped the 4 little ones, so it runs up to 4 tiny ones, just about centric, just about.
You talk about the joystick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I left that in there because I want that Popeye arm. I want all that muscle I built up.
Well, that's what, yeah, and you don't fly you don't fly helicopters with that one, mate.
Yeah, I don't go to the gym. I fly an H-145.
Yeah.
People have begun to comment, though, about the size of my right forearm.
Yeah, okay.
Compared to my left.
I think the other key thing with flying a helicopter, too, is when you are controlling it with your thumb and your 2 fingers, a lot of people, it takes a long time for them to figure out that you don't move to the left to counteract a right drift. You move the stick to the left and then back to neutral. And it's just this constant bump to neutral, bump to neutral, bump to neutral.
Yeah, it's compensation all the time.
And otherwise you get the classic pilot-induced oscillation.
Well, I've been playing with the helicopter since the H-145 first came out, and it has taken me all this time just to get to the point where I don't crash every time I land. Because I have this tendency to over-control.
Yeah, that's my problem a lot of times. I have to beep trim in, especially with my frame problems.
For all the guys that like the old helicopter style flying, have you tried out the 206B?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I
that's fun.
love it.
Yeah, I have that.
Which one?
It's great.
From Crow and Sim, I got that one.
Yeah, there are two of them.
I thought somebody sent that to me and I can't find it.
What is it?
At 206.
There are two of them, one by Fly Inside and one by Cowan Sim.
I think it was Flying Side. Somebody sent it to.
I actually like the flight model in the Fly Inside a little bit better.
The Cowan one uses the MSFS controls, so there's no collected yet.
That's correct.
Yeah, I think I prefer the fly inside just a little bit better too. At least I seem to be able to fly it a little bit easier than the other one.
And
I think.
By the way, I had contact with Cohen Sim, and I'm so excited. Within a month, they will release the MD500 Little Bird.
No.
Oh,
All right.
They will.
That'll be great.
Mama.
I'm getting a 5-year-old boy when I think about it.
Just had one.
That's really good news.
That was within a month or so.
Yeah, that's what you posted on a reply on me on Facebook.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. That was really good. My favorite helicopter is the 500, so yeah.
Yeah, it's it's like a Formula One helicopter.
Who makes the 500 in real life?
It was Hughes, it's now McDonnell Douglas.
Okay, was that the Hughes M500 as an original model?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Magnum PI helicopter.
No doors.
And now it's the MD530, right?
That's
Yeah.
the NOTAR version.
Yeah, that's the newest powerful version, yeah.
The 530 is the NOTAR version.
Yeah.
Brad, are you there?
Yeah.
Have you got an issue with Streamlabs dashboard? Or
I
have you
don't
both
think
saved?
so.
Okay, it won't let me go into CloudBot for some reason.
Let me check.
I was able to get a ride in a real 500, and it was an aerobatic. The guy wanted to do some aerobatics in it. I said, sure, go ahead. And that was the greatest ride of my life.
Yeah, it was the first helicopter to fly a barrel roll.
Yeah, you got CloudBot.
Yeah, not a full loop, a barrel roll, which is slightly different.
Yeah, the Bow 105 is the first one that did a looping.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Nope, it's not letting me go on it for some reason. I don't know why.
Refresh your browser.
Okay.
This scenery is spectacular.
Perfect,
Yeah,
thank
it
you.
is. It is. I love flying the Alps and all of this area.
I have
Chris,
never
why are you
flown the
flying?
valley this far to the east.
For the guys that own the Innsbruck or X scenery, there's a great add-on for the helipads and emergency scenes in this valley.
Head on Flights MTO.
Yeah, just search for LOWI.
Okay.
Thank you, Anton.
And by the way, you get the helicopter patch at Innsbruck Airport from the Austrian police and the ADAC, that's OMTC, I think, in Austria.
I had a chance about 15 years ago. Oh my gosh, it's been 15 years. I can't hardly believe it. To run the train, take the train from Vienna to Innsbruck. So we came up this valley here. It was pretty neat.
Wow. Yeah, a place I'd like to visit. I've never been here. A place just have a look.
Actually, what was a little more spectacular is when we went from Innsbruck, ended up in Venice. You go south out of Innsbruck, up the canyon, and then you end up going through a tunnel. I want to say it's something like 30, 40, 50, 52 miles of tunnel.
Buena Pass.
Yeah, just to get through there, and it's like, I was with my daughter. We're traveling all over Europe by train, and we get into this tunnel, and it's like, okay, you know, we'll see light here in a minute, in another minute, in a couple of minutes, and that tunnel just went and went and went forever, and then you break out on the Italian side.
So Ricard, welcome into the ice bucket. Solemon, welcome in. This is what we call the SunDay FunDay flight. I'm not sure if you're flying with us. My tags all disappeared. But you're welcome to fly with us if you're not already in the flight. We're currently coming out of Innsbruck at Lima Oscar. Whiskey Iceman, headed for Lima Oscar, X-Ray Iceman. I'm gonna end up in Munich, outside Munich anyway. These frame rates are killing me.
The final airport is Oberpfaffenhofen.
Oberpfaffenhofen.
Pfaffen. Foxtrot. Pfaffen.
Yes, what he said.
Yeah, apparently it's 30.5 miles long.
33 0?
Yeah, 30.
Wow, yeah, it just seemed like it went forever.
Did you say 33-0?
Yeah.
That's what it. Too bad the STEM doesn't allow tunnels, right? And there is a Mexican tunnel challenge that was created on flightsim.to. I thought it was excellent. Goes from Mexico to the U.S. and it's pretty challenging.
Isn't that the entire Rio Grande River?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so. Runs across the Rio Grande.
I was being sarcastic.
Okay. I guess I didn't get it, but you get a rim shot.
Yeah, the pathway
Wow.
that you're talking about going from Mexico into the United States,
All
it's about
I
as
do
wide
is
as from the
find these matches.
Tijuana all the way over to the Texas border.
Well, I want to say that's
Yeah, it kicks
where
in
this
way too hard.
runs is out of Tijuana. I'm not positive now. It's been a long time since I flew it. There's a clip on my YouTube channel of me flying that tunnel.
What about on Truck Sim? Do they? Can you go through tunnels? Do they have tunnels?
Oh
on
yes.
trucks?
Oh yes.
All right.
Oh yes. Absolutely. Bunch of tunnels actually.
One that scared me was the one that went from England to France.
Yeah, I've been on that too.
Yeah, the thought that it's all
Scares the
underwater
French, too.
makes me nervous.
every time I have a real bad stutter, all my tags disappear too. D. Walt, welcome in, welcome back. Appreciate your support. Exotti, welcome into the Ice Bucket. SunDay FunDay Flight on High Performance Groups Discord. We're coming up on Lima Oscar X-Ray Iceman. I'm not really sure how far that is. Like about 4 miles.
Well, that's not very good, is it, Ice? I've started a poll, but it's not giving you the options that I've put in there. It just tells you what to do to vote on them.
I didn't see it. You must have set it up wrong.
Well, no, I don't believe I did, but...
Okay,
so, for example, helicopters. It's weird. Never seen it do that before.
Oh.
But if you look at the message it showed on the stream, you just put use iVote.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so I've closed it off for a minute, but it's weird.
Well, I opened it again. Let's see what it does now. That gave the options. But it doesn't tell you what they are, see? You have to put...
You actually have to put it into the...
Yeah, the choice, the only thing you gave was the hotkeys. You got to put the explanation as to what the hotkeys are choosing.
But it does show that on the dashboard, doesn't it? If you look.
Yeah, but inside the parentheses, after the word vote, you have to type the word helicopters equals H.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And you'll have to do that on all of them. Otherwise, there won't be an explanation as to what the vote means.
Well, that's not very good. I want my money back.
I agree.
I'm with you, Chris. I want your money back too.
Me too.
Hey.
Yeah, we all want it back, yeah.
God, you sound like the British government.
Not like the one that's coming.
Well, I'm going to add points to all viewers.
Yeah.
Anybody complains about 10,000 points, just let me know and I'll fix it. I don't think it worked though. Why? Maybe it only sends to the guys who are actually in the stream at the time. I don't know. Doesn't. Maybe I gotta refresh. See, it should have had. There's a bunch of them here that didn't get 10,000. Did it add to anybody? No, do it again, Iceman.
I didn't get
Oh,
it.
to all. Yeah, it's to all viewers. So you have to be actually in the stream viewing at the time, apparently, to all viewers.
Well, I'm viewing the stream right now.
Bozetta, do you really want me to tell how many points you have?
No.
I think you guys have got plenty. Chris is a little bit low.
Well,
It's
Ooh.
always
that's
low.
the name.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I need
Yeah.
some points I spent.
Who's that?
Michaela.
Michaela. Well, you really want me to call out how many points you have, Michaela? Okay.
Bosada, you want me to shut this poll down, please? I need an adult.
Uh-oh.
We got closed poll, but then it's still kind of running.
Stand by. Stand by.
Standing by. Oh no, it's done. It's done.
Oh, okay, good, good.
I don't know whether that was the handiwork of ICE or whether I've done it myself. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Just waiting for this big influx of points now. Here we go. Rubs his hands together.
What was this poll? Should we see Grantler doing the chicken dance? Yes. I'll leave that one. How many of you that have? Oh, that's from the balloon.
You know, this is mod
anymore.
abuse.
We did the Bahamas. We can get rid of that one.
I think it's poor it doesn't explain what each sort of vote is, though. You know, like what letter counts for what vote.
Yeah, that doesn't look right.
So, Chris, what do you want me to do?
Chicken dance?
Roger.
Nothing now, it's done. I was just had a poll where you could close the poll, but it wasn't actually stopping the timer.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm trying to help here, but and I think I know what to do, but
Oh, Grandma, I've got your friend request.
Oops.
thank you for the chicken dance, whoever did it. I'm
You're
in another
welcome.
screen, so I can't even think about trying to manage that stuff at this moment.
Radio check, please.
Check
Read it
5 by
line and
5.
then- Grandma, I've got your friend request finally.
Yay!
Now, what do you feel qualifies you for me to accept?
He's flown the fixed wings before.
The fact that he's always pulling me out of the proverbial with, help on the sim, probably.
Yeah, that might be another good reason. His professional counsel.
Absolutely.
I have to say, I went for compromise because I got the Osprey. So I am half in the world of fixed wings.
And the good half too, if you don't mind me saying. Plus, when the Comanche comes out, I'm sure you'll be
Oops.
plumping for that.
Yeah. That's the moment I will mount my Cytec
All right.
yoke back to my
Chris,
desk.
the only way you're going to fix this, because you can't edit the commands, is to trash the commands, retype the commands, type in when you type the command, type vote, exclamation point vote, space, GA equals G, helicopters equals H, etc. That's the only way you're going to fix that. You're going to have to trash those commands and do new commands.
Do it all again, in other words.
Pretty much, because you didn't do it right the first time. And then you'll have the names in the explanation. I can't fly this stupid thing. It's driving me nuts. Absolutely ridiculous. What?
Nothing.
I fly straight towards the mountain and I pull up and it stops.
Well, if you were flying straight towards a mountain, wouldn't you rather want it to stop?
I wouldn't be flying straight toward the mountain if it hadn't stopped.
Ah, yes, of course.
Oh, is it time for an advertisement jingle?
Well, I'm probably the only one that likes advertisements, but you can do a commercial. Oh, come on!
Helicopter parts for sale.
Well, I hadn't crashed.
Not yet.
Yeah, but I was
That'll teach me
predicting
for
it.
following Mojo Ryzen. I thought he was doing a shortcut, and then he ended up going around the whole mountain.
He probably sees me. I'm going to take forever just to fly. Point to point. Absolutely ridiculous.
Well, it could be worse. Back in the
Oh.
day, with part of the world tour, there was a guy with somebody with a not even that similar, but slightly similar name to Bo Sader on the world tour, and Mr. Ice followed him. Remember that, Brad?
Helicopter parts for sale.
Now it was accurate. Yeah, but it was really better before with the sim.
Yeah, I'm just totally appalled by it. So over it.
Just to change the name of your helicopter there, Iceman. Tree trimming service. That's what I do. I've trimmed a lot of branches out lately.
You're a lot better than me. I had to change mine to grass cutter.
Ouch.
Yeah, I did change this to bush cutter, but you know, I had to change it back to what ladies didn't like that.
That was terrible.
You thank God I don't make a job as a comedian.
That must have been a Brazilian joke.
Yeah, I like flying the 172, but there's like so many different versions of it out there now.
The WB Sim is a great one.
I was looking at that the other day. Looks good.
They've done a really nice job of improving its flight model and its instrumentation. It's a really, really
I was wondering that. I was wondering if it had touched the flight model, because I couldn't see anything on the flight model. I just saw it was all like the avionics and the electrical systems.
It might have been my imagination on the flight model then, because the avionics looks so good.
I love the detail, but do they have to put smudges and scratches on the windows of the door in the cockpit?
Yes.
Yes, for realism.
We'll give you an opportunity to clean a little bit of it off. I can't see out of it.
Change it from a sunny day to a cloudy day, it'll go away.
Yeah.
Welcome to trying to rent an airplane at just about any fixed-base operator. The same old clapped-out airplanes have been sitting on the ramp for 30 years.
Yeah.
And 30 years, I'm being generous.
My Skyline was built in '79. And it proudly bears every smudge since then.
Yeah, and I still consider a '79 Skyline to be one of the newer ones.
Thank you, thank you. I'm so glad I joined this session today, just to hear that.
Now, why has nobody put out a Airwolf? I would buy that. I don't care what the price tag is. I'd buy one if they had it.
Well, there was a freeware on TO that of the Airwolf, but I don't know if it works
Can
anymore.
I just say, Brad, as well, I think this is now officially the busiest Sunday FunDay we've had. With the amount of tags.
Pretty close.
I think it's beat it. I really do, by 2 or 3.
How many tags you got?
Just struggling because I've got CC, Akela, Dusty. I've got a few people at the back where they're just flying too close to count them. Guys, if you could all fly 10 nautical miles apart from each other.
There are a lot of pilots in the flight, for sure.
Well, I'm about the middle of the pack, and I've counted around 20, but there are a lot of overlaps there.
It's in excess of 20, definitely.
I took a shortcut right turn over that big lake, and I'm heading towards Munich.
Great. There's 10 up to just me, and behind me there are a lot of tags.
But just add one for Cirrus Pilot.
Will do. It'd be good to get a number on that somehow. Richard, you're not helping. You're flying the other way.
I was trying to catch up with you.
All right, I'll slow down. What speed do you want?
I don't know, where are you at now?
I am at your... Where have you gone? You've disappeared.
Yeah, you disappeared too.
I have a question for Grantler. Are you
Yes?
still on? Is Neuschwanstein in Germany or in Switzerland?
Neuschwanstein?
Yes.
Germany. Bavaria.
Okay. Okay, so I've crossed the border.
If you're there, you should.
No, I'm halfway from there to Munich.
Then you're
So it's
flying.
behind
Yeah,
me.
so you're flying in Germany already. Yeah.
So I'm over this
Behind
really
you,
very
Richard.
large lake.
I'm at your 5 o'clock, Richard.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Yeah, I still don't see him. Oh, I see you now. Okay.
Yeah, the sea is the Foggin Sea. It's not really big. We have much bigger ones.
How did you get a space? I don't get a space. It's not letting me do this.
So what are you from the Alps, Grantler? Did you say about an hour, 2-hour drive?
Where to? For me?
To the Alps. Yeah.
1.5 hour because I have to pass Munich, and it's always a delay there because a lot of traffic.
Wow. Do you know what? I think I'd be here every weekend. I really would.
It's not such a good location for a guy with a bad hip.
No, true.
Yeah,
Mind you, Bavaria was really well,
it was. I really enjoyed it, and I always will keep these sights and these impressions in my heart, but I'm not able to walk up a mountain anymore.
No, fair enough. Well, you could always fly there in the sim.
Yes, and I enjoy it, believe me. I also enjoy other landscapes because I'm not a nationalist or something like that. Yeah, it's a nice country I'm living in, and I'm lucky to live here. But there are a lot of nice places around the world that I really like to explore.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, Chris, my daughter lives in she lives in Oregon now, but she'll fly out of San Francisco and go to London and drive all the way up to the Lake District just to go visit the Lake District. But Northern California and Oregon and Washington, they got some pretty spectacular places too. But she'll go all the way to the Lake District for that experience.
I can imagine. You see, for me, I'm an hour's drive from the Lake District.
Yeah.
So, but I think I'd prefer to go and see the Rockies or something like that.
Isn't that the way though? When we live near it, it's like, oh yeah, whatever.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I got the view of two snow-covered volcanoes from my backyard, Mount Lassen and Mount Shasta. But I don't generally go there anymore. Been there, done that, seen it. Now let's go to Italy.
Yeah.
Volcanoes, nice.
Say there's a volcano in this?
No, visible from my backyard.
Oh, that's cool.
Hey, Firehawk.
Yes, sir.
You would not want to be watching the TV shows and movies I've been watching the past couple of days. I've been watching about earthquakes, bad storms, disaster films.
Have you seen the one on YouTube? Not YouTube, sorry, on Netflix, and it's about the volcano that erupts in New Zealand on that island. That's an interesting one. I'd take it as dormant, your volcano out your back window.
Dormant in the fact that they're not expected to erupt soon, but they're, they rumble and they got steam vents and, so there's still a lot of active volcanism underground, but they're not expecting them to blow up anytime soon.
It's just like Mount St. Helens, A lot of people laughed and it was, gave them a hard time when they were putting out the warnings that, hey, it's waking up, and they had still caught them by surprise. A lot of the geologists that were out there.
Yeah.
I think people forget, don't they? Like, that we're living on a living, breathing kind of rock that's got, a lot of things that can go wrong with it.
Yeah, tell me, I have to get the summertime. I have to get my part of the earth a haircut every week.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't even get the stupid thing to shut down now.
Are you running it through Steam?
No.
Okay, on mine, sometimes I'll shut it down, but it'll still be running in the background on Steam, and I have to go to the Steam webpage and hit, close to shut it down completely. God, I gotta quit talking bad about my PC, or it's gonna retaliate against me.
Probably. ETB, welcome in. Welcome back. Appreciate your support. We're having multiple issues again today.
And when you talk about living on a live, living, moving, squirming Earth, I live in a situation where we are still classified as extreme drought and flooding.
Is that
You in
California by
California?
any chance?
Yep.
Whereabouts in California?
I live in Redding, up in the northern part of the state.
I know where Reading is. You guys have
But,
been having it real tough.
Yeah. Well, we're having lots of rain and everything here, but we're not getting any of the flooding issues that like Central California was getting. But and I understand that. I mean, it takes a lot of factors to factor in what's considered drought, moderate drought, extreme drought, things like that. And it's a long-term scale. But you look on the map and it's like, oh, look, we're in extreme drought. Our valley is completely red for extreme drought. And I look out in my backyard and it's underwater.
Yeah.
We're not very far from the largest lake. I think it's classified as the largest lake in California, Lake Shasta. And over the last couple of weeks, it's been rising because it was pretty low. It's been rising at an average of about 4.5 feet a day. And that constitutes, I'd have to go back and do the arithmetic. I don't know how many tens of thousands of acre feet of water every day that it's rising. And we need it bad, really bad.
Yeah, but not that bad.
Well, as long as it's still within the, being contained and under control, that's fine. That I think I was looking at some stuff today, though. Unfortunately, what we really need here from a drought standpoint is good snowpack up in the mountains. And these warm storms are coming in. So a lot of that drainage that's coming into the lake and filling the lake up is at the expense of that snowpack between about 5,000 to 7,000 feet. And right now, we should have a real significant snowpack. That snow is the real reservoir of water in California.
Yeah, I understand.
But if it fills the lake up, I'll take it. I'll take anything that Mother Nature wants to give us right now.
Are you hoping your governor runs for president?
I don't know. I like Gavin. I'm not registered Democrat, but I certainly I'm not happy with the way any of the political parties are going right now and all the infighting and everything. It's at the expense of doing their work for the citizenry. But Gavin Newsom himself, he's a smart guy and very articulate and all that kind of stuff. I just don't know if I would like his politics if he had the power to put a lot of his ideas to use.
Interesting.
Right, unless I've miscounted, I've got 27 of us in this stream, in this flight, which is a new record.
Nice.
Hey!
Good job,
Awesome.
guys.
Yeah, the autopilot kicks in way too rude.
I'm still trying to take everything out and put only that's not where it'd be in there. And
What are you doing? So you think hitting the brakes, he'll fly right by. You've been watching too much Top Gun. Making a right turn now, sir.
You know your lights are on.
They are. You are correct. I'll turn them off then. Well, the Alps just kind of stop, don't they?
Pretty abrupt.
Yeah.
Goes from 12,000 feet mountains to Denmark, effectively.
Yeah.
Oh, call it Holland.
Well, Holland then.
No, never call it Holland.
The Netherlands.
Yeah, we Germans normally really like Dutch people, but not in football.
So what was that?
Or for the US guys, soccer.
Soccer.
Oh, no, here we go again.
Footy ball.
That's that game you play with your feet, isn't it? Football.
Yep. Not with your hands.
Footy ball.
Speaking of sports, I've been watching those good old F1 races from 99, 98. You know, those good old days when Mika Häkkinen was competing against Michael Schumacher.
Yes, yes.
And I noticed something when there five or is there four red lights goes off and they start. I heard a similar go by the commentator.
Where are you going?
Is that where it comes
I
from?
can see where this is going.
Yeah, Murray Walker. Go,
Yeah.
go, go.
Yeah.
Who ironically's first love was motorbikes.
Well, that ruins it for me. I thought it was a CC original.
Nope, he nicked it off a
No,
dead
it was
guy.
Murray Walker.
Just nicked it off a dead guy. Billabong. Wow. Billabong in the house. Hello, Billabong in the ice bucket. Welcome in.
Penny Murray Walker's one of the nicest folks you could ever meet.
Have you met him?
Unfortunately not, no.
Oh, okay.
I still go, go!
He'd be turning in his grave, CC.
All right, so Firehawk,
Yes, sir.
I have renamed the community folder, so it's not looking for the add-ons linker folder. Outside of stopping or terminating add-ons linker, which I don't know why I would have to do that. I've renamed, recreated the community folder as community and dropped only the GTN 750 and the helicopter action and base pack into the new community folder. So we're going to try that.
Yeah, the only reason I would not run add-on linker is to just shed, anything that your CPU is trying to do in the background.
Well, it's not running. I mean, I don't leave it running while I'm flying, so it's not actually running.
Okay, then.
And as long as it's not calling for anything out of those directories, I mean, it doesn't run when it's doing that. So I don't.
The other thing I would do then is when you reboot or restart and go to your new clean community folder, is make sure you turn off multiplayer flight and tags and all that stuff, just to eliminate some of that as causing hiccups. In other words, you want to start back as simple and clean as possible to eliminate any other of these potential background problems. And then if that all works, then then turn on multiplayer and then take it for a ride, see what happens. And then if that all works, then you can start bringing stuff back in.
That's it. Yeah, and just monitor it all the time.
Well, see, I've done that a couple of times. Just put the helicopter in, what I needed to fly it, and I've not had any changes. Whereas the frame rate problem is cured or anything.
One thing that I might suggest too is when you get a clean build running, if you're having those issues, open up your Windows Task Manager. Control Alt Delete, go to Task Manager, see what's running in the background on your CPU, and if you find some weird thing. Suddenly it's finding out that it's taking up 80% or 90% of your CPU time. That's going to be a big clue that there's something happening in the background for you.
Great, yeah, good idea. Yeah.
Couldn't be something as simple as the Iceman livery, could it? The new update on the Iceman livery.
It's been updated. I doubt it.
No, that's what I mean. The update of it.
Well, that's why myself, I would. Brad, if I were you, I would actually not put anything in your community folder. Leave it completely blank. Load up the sim and load up a stock, simple airplane, 172, 182, whatever comes stock. That doesn't require any updates or improvements or anything. And if you can do a couple of circuits around the patch and that fine, then it's something findable, right? Then you can bring in your livery and go from there, because that's, again, you want to get back to as that absolute basic and clean as possible.
Well, I'm already booted in and I have the helicopter in, so I'm going to try this.
Okay.
Looking good, CC. Looking good, Richard. Hey Richard, here's one for you. You know the DA62, the version we're flying, 7 seats. So the 7 seats only available in the US. It's not available in Europe because something to do with the maximum takeoff weight or something. So they're only allowed to sell it as a 5-seater.
Oh, that's interesting.
Shanghai.
Yeah, I watch a YouTube channel of this guy that works for Diamond, and he does a load of ferry flights, over the Atlantic.
Okay.
Now, the idea behind the 62 with the diesel engines is that it can burn, or it does burn Jet A, right?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they all do. The DA40 does as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think any of the diesels that people have been playing with over the years, they've all been designed basically to run Jet A. That was the idea, because Jet A is so available around the world, where unleaded
avgas is just becoming harder and harder to get hold of.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody run red tags but me?
I am.
I run red tags.
All right.
No problems. Looks bloody good to me, that. Is it working?
Yeah, and that's just pissing me off worse.
Usually it's a PG stream. That's a strike.
Piss is a biblical word, and it means piss.
Hey, good information, guys. Good information.
Well, in that case, just give me a couple of minutes because I need a piss. Back in a sec.
I would empty my bucket if I were you.
First of where that word can be found.
Paul, that's okay, buddy. Appreciate you flying with us. You have a good rest of your day, and we catch you next time. Wednesday, or hopefully you come and drive with us tomorrow. We will be driving American Truck Sim on High Performance Group's game room tomorrow. Sometimes I set an event up, sometimes I don't, but always at 12 o'clock I'll be online. We'll get started by 1 and drive all we want to.
Brad, is it working now then? Have your issues sorted?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've still got a minor stutter that's, happening, but it's very minute.
Let me see your face on the stream. I want to see that smile on your face because I know you've got one.
No, there's no smile because I am a little disgruntled by this because my enhancements are kind of important to me. But
red tiles, isn't it?
I don't know. Not if nobody else is having a problem with it. I'm assuming Bozeta loads his aircraft carriers every time, so I wouldn't think it's the aircraft carriers or the red tags. It is something.
I think the problem is everybody's system is different, and how structures are designed and the folder systems are all different, and so somebody might not have a problem with it, but it could be causing a conflict with yours. So
I'm thinking operating system or GUI systems like tags or Shift Z, maybe. Shift Z could be doing it. There's a few things that I had added in.
All I'm going to say, Brad, listen, dude, you're flying your helicopters and you're not getting anywhere near the issues you were having 10 minutes ago. Take it. Just take that.
Yeah, I'm not getting use of my flow, so it's not in here.
What about that NVIDIA program that runs in the background when you download a driver and all that? That NVIDIA Experience, whatever they call that.
What about it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's something that's running in the background. It's part of your graphics driver. I don't know whether that would be having an issue with it. I know some people have talked about, in order to improve their performance, they make sure that's shut off.
How do you shut that off then? Through the control panel on NVIDIA? Because I've got that running as well.
Yeah, you have to go to NVIDIA control and turn that off. I guess I started running it with it off, and then now lately I've been running with it on when I upgraded my graphics card, and it doesn't seem to be causing a problem. But that's just something that has come up in conversation in the past. So there's that. And that's an example that's outside the sim, but it's still running in the background, and it's tying up resources of your computer.
So I had to step away for a few minutes. Did Iceman make a change that's improved the situation?
Sure did.
What did you do?
Took everything out but the helicopter and the navigational.
And what kind of frame rates are you getting?
20s.
You're doing great. That means that's great progress. So it is a conflict with something in your community.
Yeah,
folder.
there's something in the community folder, obviously. I had tried this and took everything out before, but I had enhancements that I had put back. So I'll have to wheedle it out, that's all. Thank you.
This came up in the discussion a couple of days ago, and you have to be real careful that frame rates and stutters may or may not be related. You can, and Ice, you've been experiencing that. You've had great frame rates and then freeze up.
Yeah.
So they might be related, but also you have to be real careful that just because you're getting some decent frame rates doesn't mean that somewhere along the line your CPU or your GPU is going to spit the bit and want to go back to the barn.
But are you finding that the number of stutters has gone down as well?
None. Absolutely no stutters, really. I'm getting a bit of a micro stutter, but it's not what I was experiencing at all.
Yeah, you should now try to optimize it like CIA Cowboys method without other add-ons installed, and then you will mention it within seconds if something's wrong with a new add-on.
That's a great idea. yeah, now's the time to tune it up.
Well, it took me 3 months to get hold of him and him having time and me have time to do it. We've gotten halfway through the process 3 times. And it's been at least a week before I could get hold of him again. So that's most of the problem there. Hello, Scoop. Welcome back. Appreciate your support. We're doing another tech support with Iceman. Or tech support on Iceman. Yeah, it's smooth though. That's
One of the most common problems I found is any add-on that affects a file like panel.cfg. So if the add-on modifies the panel.cfg file or the other files like but the panel changes tend to have a lot of conflict.
going pretty good, Scoop. Apparently I've figured out there is a conflict with one of the mods. I need to go through my flightsim.to mod manager and update a lot of stuff. I know that. Appreciate the shout out on him there. Enjoy a short clip from Scoop. HNG. HRG. Scoop.
I haven't played with developer mode really, so if I make any changes to the community folder, like an add-on or anything like that, I basically end up just restarting the sim so it brings that new stuff in. Does developer mode allow you to bring stuff into the community folder and restart without having to restart the entire sim?
No.
So that's the time. To me, there's the time hit right there.
Yeah.
Every change you make, you gotta log out, get back into the not log out, but shut down, get back into the sim, reboot the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. We did this the other night and pulled everything out, and I still had problems. It's definitely a lot smoother than it was.
So how far out from you are you from the airport right now?
I don't know because I didn't load a flight plan. I just spawned in close to where you guys were.
Oh, I see your tag up in front of me. So I'm only 13 miles, so you're a little closer. So I'm interested to see as you approach the airport, once you get to within that level of detail range of about 2.5 to 3 miles, to see what kind of stutters you get there going into that busy airport.
Iceman is on fire now.
Yeah.
That calls chicken dance.
Great. That ought to help me.
That messed me up, man. I was waiting to hear my stall horn go off, and I hear the chicken go off.
Thank you for the chicken dance. CK Cannon, thank you for the He's Iceman. Thank you, Bozetta. Great. Almost had me past the airport.
Always a pleasure.
At least I can see it and gain some control here. There's that smile, Chris.
I tell you, the perfect timing a couple months ago, just right at 9 o'clock, ICE was doing the intro, 2001 Space Odyssey song, whatever the real name of that song is. And I happened to have spawned in at the airport, like in between some buildings. And so I was very carefully getting things fired up. And just as I was pulling up and breaking out from the buildings, Brad starts the music, and it was like perfect. I just break the roof line. Da-da, da-da, da-da. It's like, oh, perfect timing.
Hey, do you remember a movie called The Towering Inferno?
Yep.
Yeah.
when they came out with the Bell 407, I took that. I went over to the West Coast, and I kind of measured it out. And I turned around, was flying the same path as that opening credits of the show with the music. I was listening to that music as I'm flying along the shore. And I was disappointed when I got to San Francisco. I didn't see that giant tower.
So, is this the final airport then?
In the flight plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there are a bunch of stuff we could look at in Munich, just outside the flight plan if we keep going northeast. I'm trying to pull the map up here so I can see these points of interest. There was actually several of them. The Olympic Stadium. This one's Alliance Arena. I think we've done Munich and seen these things before. It's actually, and Augsburg? Can't read it. Augsburg.
Augsburg.
Augsburg. A little settlement outside Munich. A few things on my my extra POIs here that I noticed.
How hard is it to create a livery?
What's that?
How hard is it
How
to
hard?
create?
Yeah. I haven't done liveries for 2020. Back in the day, I'd done liveries for, so I don't know, is the bottom line. If you have...
how well done you want it. I mean, it's kind of easy. There's good videos on YouTube and instructions you can follow.
Okay. I'm going to give it a try sometime.
But it can be a bit frustrating at first, especially if you're not used to Blender or anything like that. So figuring out how that all works is gotta take some time, but once you get used to it and you know how things work, it gets a lot easier.
Caleb, what are you flying?
Osprey.
Yeah. Because I see you as Bonanza, but that's because I haven't got the Osprey or any of the extras added in. I realize now. So my flow doesn't work. Go back to the main menu, back to drop down and see if I can add flow at least.
That's an Osprey. Yeah, it's really sad that you can't see the engines turned up 90 degrees like it should be. Maybe we'll
I would start with just adding back the bare minimum you need to do
solve
whatever
it
it is
in the
you want
future.
for your stream.
Right. So
And then
I want
afterwards, one by one.
I want to see if my red tags work, and I sure shut down quicker too. Wow.
Shutting down more slowly is also an indication of a conflict because the program is having trouble resolving two things that are not working with each other.
Okay. So I'll just get up here and show what I'm working with. I want to go into here and see what parallel 42 had in here.
But you realize when you add them in, you have to restart the sim.
Yeah, well, I shut the sim down.
Well, I wouldn't add a bunch of stuff. I would add barely one or two and then restart and see if that caused a problem. I wouldn't go crazy.
Right.
One at a time.
I'm wanting. Oh, crap. I'm wanting to put my low back in. Copy. Community. That should not conflict, except it won't let me place that file over there. Well, goody.
Thank you very much for the flight. I will leave now. I hope we
Well-
will see us, and good luck for your system.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Frankie.
Yeah,
Hope you
thank
come back.
too. It was a nice flight. Bye.
Thank you. Hope you come.
And see you
Have a
next
good
time.
one.
Thanks.
Bye.
It's not letting me put it in there like that.
Did you buy it through Orbix?
Yep.
I would bring up Orbix and just reinstall it into the community folder,
Well, that must be the problem.
unless you've made a lot of changes.
I just updated Flow Pro.
What error message are you getting when you try and copy it over?
Can't move this file into that directory.
And the simulator's not running.
That's correct. Make sure all the processes are down, but I don't think anything should be running. No, nothing in there.
When you created the community folder, did you by chance make it more of a secure folder,
No.
password protected or administrator only or something?
Nope.
Did you create the community folder, or did you let Microsoft Flight Simulator create it after you renamed the old one?
I created it.
So I would not normally do that. I would rename the old community folder to whatever. I usually use the word old. And then I would restart the sim and have it create the community folder, because the sim is going to have different permissions than you do. So not being able to copy a file is usually a function of either permissions or something is open somewhere in the system and it's blocking it.
Tai Chi Master, is he still in Discord? Tai Chi Master, answer to your question. How do you enter the group flight? You just start in the sim. You can get all the information off the flight sim calendar, which is posted in group flights and in self promotions, and
So,
then just
we are
get everything
already,
it says to get
at the
on
last
that.
airport.
And we do the audible comms in here. There's, you know, how do you connect? You just start your sim.
Iceman?
Yes, sir.
So as you can hear, Iceman has some technical problems, so I will end the stream right here. Thanks for watching. One love, and see you on Wednesday for the next leg of the World Tour with Iceman. Have a good time and see you on Wednesday.